Hi, this is Gary Kay. We're at InfoComm 2021, and one of the things that a lot of the manufacturers did is they have private suites here, and they're kind of showing their products privately, but they're more focused on the networking opportunities of the show, which is what we've missed over the last year and a half. I'm here with Betsy Larson and John Sheehan, both Senior Vice President of Sales, co-titles for, well, I guess a merged organization now with SharpNEC.
Right, I was Legacy NEC, and John was Legacy Sharp. So yes, so now we're merged together.
And y'all work well together?
We do work well together. Yeah, it's two good companies coming together.
Yeah.
A lot of similarities.
It's interestingly enough, there have been few mergers in our industry where the synergies were perfectly aligned in the sense that what NEC had, Sharp didn't have, what Sharp had, NEC didn't have. So it worked really well. And I think, I guess I kind of want to get a feel like what's the status of the merger, Betsy, and sort of what can we expect coming out of this as we enter 2022?
Yeah, well, we've been working on the back office mostly, so SAP and systems, things like that. Roadmap and R&D has been going on for some time. And so now the next step is really to bring our sales teams together, and that will take time, but it's very complementary. We had a focus on end user solutions, global. We have a large sales team that will really help regionally, and then we'll blend those two together. So.
And what about the complexities of distribution? I mean, you all had a lot of overlap in dealers and integrators and even distribution. But there was also some that wasn't in that overlap. How did you decide, and where did that kind of ferret itself out?
So as far as distributors.
Yeah, distributors and dealers, like integrators.
Yeah. On. So like D&H, for example, is a distributor that NEC sold product to, and Sharp did not. So we just left a meeting, and they are now selling Sharp product too. So it's actually quite easy for us.
We picked up a couple new distributors through the process, and integrators as well. So the thing about Sharp is we're a different organization than NEC, as you mentioned, but you know, their strength at the end user level and driving the reseller business at a much larger scale, we come in and bring our expertise that we have in distribution and other areas. It is a perfect match. It truly is.
Well, you bring up an interesting point, because one of the things when I first read about the merger, it's been over a year now, right before the pandemic, I thought, wow, NEC is going to be able to take advantage of this giant infrastructure that you have already penetrated inside of the business of where your heritage came from. I mean, every business has your products already, even outside the display industry. So you would think that that would really benefit NEC, and now you'd have a larger product portfolio. Did that actually happen?
Yeah, so we're in the copier business as well, and large corporate end users there, which we can share and now sell different products to. We also have the Dynabook laptop. So if you look at it from that perspective, there's it's a big solution we can bring to customers. And right now we're just in the process of putting that together. And I think the first step obviously was back office systems. And once the sales team comes together, it's going to be a really good fit. We're going to drive this market.
Have you had a sales meeting with both teams together, and oh, you did?
So we had one here, a kickoff at InfoComm. So not the entire sales team, unfortunately, because not everyone's here due to COVID. So yeah, we did have that just recently. But we've had a lot of conversations, and they actually know each other and engage in the field today. They have been. They were before we even announced the JV. They were, so it's a small industry. Yeah. So they're very engaged now. We do a lot of, lunch and learns, road shows, things like that together now, and we have been for a while. So.
And what can we expect? Like, what would we see different in 2022? Because obviously the branding is now complete, and I think everyone understands what this meant to the industry. But from 2021, it seems like Sharp still had their sort of independent operation outside of the Sharp NEC merger. What can we expect? Will we see more synergy there, or will Sharp still operate independently as well?
No, you'll see a lot of synergy between the two companies. I mean, right now it's a different time. We're doing this in the middle of shortages, chip shortages, port restraints. I mean, so we're planning now for 2022. We're looking at it as if we can get things lined up, get these things together, get our marketing programs lined up, the branding. The branding's important because you have to change a mindset, right? I mean, even internally, it's hard to get the two companies as one. And that's really what we're going to pretty much push to do that, drive the brand and just build a good marketing around it.
InfoComm's given us an opportunity to have meetings together too, so it's going to bring a lot more clarity in FY22. So we're excited about that. Yeah. And it's funny in these meetings that we've been having, and they're like, "Oh, are you going to continue with projection?" Most definitely. Yeah. We want to be a global display leader, and that's everything. We offer cinema, PJ, LFD, LED, so yeah.
Yeah, and you're one of the few companies that have every single display technology in your portfolio. There's only one other technically that actually has every other display technology. And you just mentioned something about projectors. Are you glad to finally have a projector line like what NEC had?
We're glad to have a full line. This is, I mean, if you look at everything we offer, it's a strong company. Yeah. That's exciting for us.
Yeah. I mean, especially with the immersive events and that segment of the market growing so rapidly, I'm excited to see. And it's interesting because probably at some point in time over the last 10 years, we've all heard, well, projection's dead or dying, right? And yet all of a sudden it's 2022 is going to definitely be a big year for projection because the advantages of putting larger images and social distancing, but also immersion. Like I think if you'd have to be living off the grid to not know the impact of like the Van Gogh exhibit and stuff that Disney's done. So are you excited to be able to kind of have the power of both those brands? I mean, sure, you must be excited to have the power of those brands to go after events like that.
Yeah, because we haven't been able to dabble in some of the areas that the Sharp team has. So we're very excited about that and bring it to our corporate customers and then help us more with the transactional business. So.
All right. Well, of course, you can find more information online. Is it sharpnecdisplay.com or what is the actual?
Yeah, SharpNEC.
SharpNECdisplay.com.
Yeah, check it out. See, I knew that. SharpNECdisplay.com. And, of course, we're going to go around and shoot individual product videos on everything they're showing here in case you haven't seen some of the new stuff because a couple of things have come out since the pandemic started. They had just shown at some of the, like ISE, for example, you had some new products there that has not been shown in public since forever until today, really, because today's the first day. And LED and collaboration displays, for example, all those products are shipping. So make sure you type in either Sharp or NEC in the video search window, and you'll find those videos. Betsy, John, thank you very much for doing this. I appreciate it, and good luck.